Hey, good morning, everybody. Michael Fanning, and this is Warm Up 180. I'm still, as you can tell, on vacation here in Lake Chelan. But this morning in my mentorship program we were talking about how to cultivate self-love, and I think that that's very important for a couple reasons. One is that if you want to take care of others, you got to take care of yourself. And number two is we don't hit success when we beat ourselves up. And and all of us are guilty of it. Every single one of us are guilty of doing this. And so I just kind of want to walk you through the 4 items we talked about in my mentorship this morning. So the first one is focus on what you do right, not what you do wrong. It's easy to really focus on the things where we fail, but let's focus on the things we do right. How many of you right now have a list of things that you do well, that you do right on a daily basis? Or how many of us are concerned about the things we didn't do right? The more that we lean towards that right, as opposed to that wrong, the more we start building a mindset to look at that as opposed to looking at the things that we do wrong. Number 2 is what we call pattern interrupters. What are those? Well, we have a pattern. Your brain has a pattern of how it has a self-narrative, of how it talks to you. And that pattern can either be a negative pattern or a positive pattern, but you have to be aware of it in the moment. And as soon as you start feeling that negative self-talk, that's where you have to interject a pattern interrupter and say, stop this negative self-talk. Let me think about what I can think about today. Maybe you think about the things you do right, but change that self-talk, right, to more of a power self-talk. And then number 3 is earn self-respect by doing things that are hard. Sorry for the cars going by out here. Earn self-respect by doing things that are hard. So how many of you on a daily basis push yourself to do things that are difficult, right? You try to do things that are hard. You try to do things that that aren't easy, right? Anybody can do stuff that's easy, but how many of you do things that are difficult? How many do things that are hard? And the last one, number 4, is cultivate an empowering self-narrative. So by doing the things we just talked about, you more consistently have a self-narrative that says you can. And remember the old saying, if you say you can, you're right. If you say you can't, you're right. And so what is your self-narrative on any given day? How well are you doing that? So again, simple things for self-love. Focus on what you do right. Listen to your pattern interrupters. Listen to your internal self-narrative. What's it saying? Earn self-respect by doing things that are hard, and cultivate an empowering self-narrative that is consistent. Right? It's a new way for you to think. It's a new way for you to talk to yourself. And hopefully that helps, you guys. And this is just stuff that I share, that I get from my mentorship. And if you find it useful, that's awesome. But even better is if you know somebody else who might need to listen to it and you want to share it with them. Anyways, that's my warm-up for today. Now we get a little dog barking next door. All right, everybody. Hey, have a great day and be awesome and help somebody.